What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Brock, and once again, we're joined by Jeff Manning, whoever that is.
How's it going? I wore a shirt with my actual name on it tonight, so you remember who I am.
Jeff.
I wore my Jammer shirt I got in 1994.
I'm wearing a BrocsterBuilds logo t-shirt available at BrocsterBuilds.com. Link in the description.
Seems like you're
There we go. I stretched the collar
a jerk.
What a jerk.
Are they the same guy?
Pretty much.
Be a jerk. All right.
Tonight, we're talking about two more characters from Revolution 2097. Holocaust. Ooh, that focused right away. And U.S. Patriot. The slim version, as Jeff calls them.
I can't see anything. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a slim version.
The slim version.
Hey, Mike told me we were covering the chunky version.
He doesn't know.
I didn't say the chunky version.
Mike lied to me. He lied to me. Yes, you did.
What a liar.
Hey, look at my text here. He said Chunky Boy 2097.
Oh, yeah, okay. My bad. I got the year right. I got the picture wrong.
Yeah. I thought he had slimmed back down by then. The chunky one was much earlier.
Yeah, the chunky one was my favorite.
We weren't talking about the Brian Bosworth one.
The Brian Bosworth one is the best.
Most people that would actually watch a podcast with video probably don't know who Brian Bosworth is. I know who Brian Bosworth is. I'm just saying.
Brian Bosworth.
Well, pause the video, look up Brian Bosworth, and then come back.
You're going to go down a rabbit hole.
He was a monster.
Oh, you're going to go down a rabbit
hole. Yeah.
He's an unstoppable force of nature until he met Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson destroyed him. But, I mean, Bo Jackson was pretty much Tecmo Bowl, so.
True.
And then Bo Jackson was technically Quasar.
Yeah. Two-sport athlete and everything.
So who do you want to start off with?
Let's let Jeff pick.
Oh, I think Holocaust is a little more interesting at this point.
Holocaust.
Yes. Questionable name, like always, but
yeah.
I don't know. I had mixed feelings about Holocaust when I first saw him. I mean, he looks cool, but like a bomb for a hand. He
has cool hair too.
I didn't even think of it as hair. I always thought of it as like fire shooting out of it or something. Like,
like
it doesn't even look like hair.
It does look like a sparkler.
It does. It's the preemptive, like when you light a firework, but it hasn't gone off yet. It's just shimmering there at the top.
It's true.
I mean, I don't know what to make of him. I mean, I don't know if I was excited to have a robot-ish character. I just, and then he wasn't even that good, really. I mean, at least not for me. I kind of pushed him. Kept giving him title opportunities, even mid-card title opportunities. He couldn't do it. At the end of my, this is going to get kind of difficult. I got history. It was when Spike went to retire, went to 2100. What was?
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Kind of look.
Uh-oh.
Something?
Just getting all glitchy.
He's getting glitchy. Here we go.
Sorry. I was bringing up Excel. No, in 2101, Spike retired, and that left my my interplanetary vacant. But I did it on the same card. It was my Elimination Chamber card. You know, it's the typical WWE Elimination Chamber rules. Trying to remember who we had in there. I'm scared to bring anything up now. I don't want to glitch. I don't want to disappear on you guys. Let me look real quick. It was a good match, but so Holocaust, the main thing is Holocaust eventually got over the hump for me in the mid card, won the title finally after me pushing him incessantly. But it wasn't until 2101, and then for all that hype and all that finally getting over, he lost it the next month to, of all people, Pharaoh Kate. Is that how you say it? Kate?
Teddy?
Going with that? Keddy, yeah. We'll say that. So, yeah, I mean, it was a little bit lackluster with the title reign, but at least he finally got there. He won an Elimination Chamber. He was the first to enter with Mayhem. And then Splatter was in there. Bishop Hell was in there. Enigma, Quasar. So it was a good match. He lastly eliminated Mayhem. I actually had 7 tokens on Mayhem when he got eliminated via an explosive clothesline.
Ooh.
So Mayhem really went out there to try to capture the interplayer title back for Aether because Spike retired as champion that day. That Corey even came out and announced it with the Brute Massacre coming out with them. They all retired. It was the end of the War Games, all that. And then yeah, so he won it, and I was super excited. I'm like, fine, he's gonna have a push, and then he dropped it the next month at the Regal Rumble.
That's how it goes with the dice.
So
sometimes.
Not the greatest, but I mean, yeah, I have mixed feelings about him. Like I said, I thought he was interesting. I thought the artwork was cool, but I didn't really see him fitting in with his original team. War.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you had guys that Raven and Mason Drags that didn't look like that at all.
Right, they kind of fight like a motorcycle club or something like that, and then you have this robot alien.
Yeah, that has a bullet, or a giant missile, or a giant bullet, or something for an arm.
And frizzy hair.
I didn't see him fitting in.
How do you do for you, Brock? Another shuffle guy?
Yeah, another shuffle guy. These are the dark years, I'm telling you. How
long did the dark years last?
A long time.
From 2088.
Pretty. No, it was probably about 2090s when they started. But I was excited to see this card because I like when the new aliens are introduced into the game.
Yeah.
And he was definitely a first of this type of alien, like the techno-organic kind of guy. So I was just happy to see that, which something different. Too many humanoids, I think, in this era. But yeah, looking at his card, I mean, he's pretty darn good.
He is.
Only one down on his entire card with a leave.
He'd be better than he was.
His defense is solid. He's got that double axe handle 3 agility on level 1 at number 6. But his agility is only a +1, so that's probably going to get through more often.
Not against the better wrestlers, though.
But yeah, against other power guys, he's probably got an advantage there. But the -4 power, I mean, that was probably it was the highest at the time, I think. I don't think anybody had a
Chaos.
Chaos had a -5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, just looking at him in that sense, I don't remember what Shockwave did. Did it miss on a 1 and 2?
I think it missed. Yeah, it was 1.
Yeah, it missed on a 1 and 2.
Okay. And then they took over on level 3. Is that how it worked? Yep. Okay. I'd like that they put that on the card now. That's very helpful.
See, I look up my handy dandy card here. He had 1 title. I still use him. And it was a War Games tag, so it's not even a real title. It's a War Games title. I push him so often because for me, he's one of the cooler looking guys. I think I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
I push him as much as I can. I didn't have him with War I didn't think he fit with War, so I removed him pretty quickly. So he joined Sam's army. And when Sam left, dropped down to the my NGA, my middle, Holocaust came with him. And so he's been with Sam. But yeah, he's not getting anywhere.
I'm looking at his team lineups throughout his history. He doesn't fit with any of his teams. No. He ends up joining the CPC stable next, then the Rocket Men.
Yep. I mean, he does have a rocket on his hand, so
that's true.
That might be the most fitting one.
Maybe he was the mascot.
Now, I like that whole. I like aliens. I think they were, it was neat and it was something different that you'd
Hmm.
normally, not see. And I liked him enough where I created, the nuclear chaos.
Yep.
The a bootleg character that was also from his planet, and I created a whole social the whole social system for that planet. Like I did a lot of detailed work on just one little thing.
Hmm. He's the only official character from there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did any other characters spin out of there, or
Nope.
what is it called? Ira Iridanus?
Yeah.
Huh.
He was the only one. And does he have a
Interesting.
color card?
Not yet.
Yeah, I always pictured him silver.
Yeah, they have like the just the coloring on the wiki. They have him silver, and then there's two different versions. One where he has orange hair and one with green hair. So
Well, all of them are colored on the COTG online.
yeah, this art has two different colorings on here.
And then I also had him coming in at 6'6" and 288 pounds.
You're not far off from the official listing at 6'4", 299.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty close.
I mean, he's got to be pretty heavy with the metal,
Well, it's not metal. It's skin that looks like metal.
like Colossus.
Yeah. Well, Colossus is half cyborg.
No, I'm talking about X-Men's Colossus.
Oh,
Because technically, oh, I was like, Colossus was half and half. He was the first one that really was robot, right? Like,
He hasn't come out yet, I don't think.
no, he comes out
no,
in
yeah.
He's in the
comes out
next
of the
set.
Bendis set.
He's the
But I was
Gustovich
just
set.
saying, like,
Oh,
He's next year.
yeah. Go cyborg.
Raven and Talon are listed as being from Eridanus,
Really?
but they're not aliens. They're just dudes.
doesn't mean they can't be from the same planet.
True. I mean, we have some weird looking people who live here on Earth.
Yeah.
And we got some weird looking things that aren't human here on Earth.
That's true too. Like
Oh.
axolotls.
If I got to pick on them, they're at least somewhat cute, right?
They are cute. They are cute.
That's going to be the next Animan, Curtis Axolotl.
I like that one. I do have I've always kicked around the idea of just making a whole bunch of anime of really like bizarre animals like a narwhal and things like that. But we're gonna get off topic if we go down that road.
The
So
unicorn of the sea.
what would you guys do to power creep the Holocaust?
I mean,
Hmm.
I think for me, the obvious one is drop the finisher where it can't be reversed.
Just roll it. Whatever you get, you
If
get.
you roll 1 through 6, and that's what you get. We see that later with some people.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, Star Warrior had it with Cosmic Big Bang. It didn't
Yeah.
miss.
But Star Warrior's the greatest wrestler of all time.
Yeah. Maybe for some people.
He's one of them.
He's up there. Yeah, he's Hall of Famer in my Fed.
I'll make his power his agility a -1. Give him that -5 max bonus that everybody had.
I will make his number 4 move on level 2 a straight through a level 3 move instead of the choice.
Yeah.
Let's make it a straight through level 3. I might push him over the edge. Because his defense is solid. He's got a higher pin, but not much.
Isn't it a 6-3?
Yeah.
And he's only got one down.
Yeah, with a leave.
Yeah.
So anytime he gets knocked down, he's getting out of there. He's got a B ring rating, so it's not.
I really thought he'd be better. I mean, just by looking at his card.
Yep.
He's solid.
But at this point in time, too, it was a massive roster.
Yeah, you had a lot of tough guys.
Yeah.
You had Big Bang Star Warrior knocking about. You had
Alpha Force,
Chaos.
Chaos, Janus, Vengeance, Splatter.
Matador.
Yeah.
A
Even
lot of
guys like Mayhem.
yeah.
Spike was still around.
Stacked roster for sure at this point.
Well,
He
let
wasn't
us
even the
swing over
best on his
to
team. Raven was better than him, at least in my Fed.
let's swing on over to the GWF version of Captain America.
Yes, he went from Bosworth to Captain America. U.S. Patriot.
Bosworth was never that heavy, though. I mean, he's basically Dolph Lundgren, but an American, right?
Okay,
I
so
see
he went from
American
Bosworth to
Gladiators
Lundgren.
more than anything
Huh?
here.
I didn't hear what Mike said.
Oh, I said he went from Bosworth to Lundgren.
If he dies, he dies.
I think it looks like an American Gladiator here.
He could.
Was it Turbo was the one with the flat top? or
Nitro.
Zap?
I don't remember.
Nitro? Like I don't remember any of their names.
They had a Gemini.
They did. But they weren't twins.
No, they were not. He was not. I think we're still allowed to use pronouns back then.
Pronouns, pal.
So Jeff, what did the U.S. Patriot do for you?
He got some chances at the Galaxian title. He never captured it. It was interesting that he was the main singles guy in that group at the time, because he was in Sam's group, right, with Justice and but I don't think he ever really captured anything. I'll have to look. It's hard for me not to be able to bring up my stuff because of my computer. It glitches out when I try to bring up my Excel spreadsheet.
It can't handle that Excel.
It can't. I told you the story of the laptop. I know that I want to go off topic, but I bought the cheapest laptop possible because I just needed a new one in a pinch, and I refused to replace it even though I could afford a better one now. So I'm using the world's smallest laptop.
Yeah. Have to get a memory extender for it, like the old N64.
Yeah. I'm trying to look and see if he had any interplanetary, but I don't even think he did. Oh, he did. 2097. Yep. It was that year. He had it for 41 days. Again, though, he won it from a vacant, and I'd have to look back. I don't remember. It was vacant because Star Warrior dropped it, I believe, because Star Warrior won the Galaxian. So I can't remember if it was just a flat out match. I'll have to look back. Give me a second. But he held it for only a little over a month, and then he dropped it to Cannibal. So
Wow, Cannibal.
it wasn't a big reign, but I mean, he did capture. He, relatively after his upgrade, it was April of 2097. So
That was a
not too
weird
far after he had his
FDF
upgrade.
lineup. It was Justice, Lance Atlas, Miss Liberty, and U.S. Patriot.
And Patriot was the single star. The other two were a tag. Right? That's
I
when
think
they
so.
were tag.
Yeah, at that time they were the champions. Wait, no, they were the Code of Honor. Code of Honor. Yep. Yeah, so he was the single star with those two guys. Both of them, I think, had better success for me than he did before they got teamed up.
It's making me laugh listening to some of Jeff's titles. He's like, "Oh, Skinhead and Prodigy, yeah, they did nothing, but Pharaoh Keddy held titles for me."
I was shocked. I was shocked when he won the Interplanetary. Cannibal had a good history in my Fed. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I mean, he was I think 3-time, maybe even 4-time tag champ. I don't have my research up for him, but he won the Interplanetary too at one point. I mean, he was a fun character. But U.S. Patriot, I don't even remember his title right. I'm gonna have to look back and see if I can find it real quick. You guys can talk if you want. I'll find it quickly. I'm
just looking at his card here. My favorite move on here is the one-leg karate kick.
Yeah, as opposed to the two-leg karate kick.
That'll be a question we ask Tom.
It was a level 3 move though, so he hit it well. He's got a double finisher, a 0 and a +2.
Yep.
Which is pretty good. -4 agility, 0 power. got a high pin. It's
It's
7-4,
Yeah.
but he's got only one down, just like Holocaust did.
Yeah, these two guys, Holocaust and Patriot, I think were the pinnacle of the set,
Yeah,
which is why we're doing them last.
right.
I didn't like that he still had a name titled after Adam, right? The Adam
Adam's
Blast
Atomic
character.
Blast.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought they could have renamed it since he was going with U.S. Patriot, but
His name's still Adam Blast.
But Edge doesn't use Adam Blast as a.
It's true.
So I'm trying to remember. It wasn't even a. So this was the reason I didn't really remember his title win was it wasn't even really the. It wasn't. I don't want to use the term. I feel like pay-per-view is outdated now. What they call it now?
Premium
It's not a
live
super
event.
card. It is a premium event. Yeah, premium live. So it wasn't even a premium live event. It was like one of my weekly shows he won the title on. It was announced at the start by Commissioner Carter that, you know, Star Warrior had dropped the title because he had won the Galaxian title, and he chose the U.S. Patriot and Pegasus to meet in a Cosmic Cage match for the title.
Okay.
So Commander Sam and Code of Honor came out and celebrated with U.S. Patriot because it was his first ever singles win that left the card. It was April 8th of 2097.
Nice.
Let's see how he lost it. And in my Fed, the rule is you have to defend the title at least once a month, a calendar month. Since he won it in April, he didn't have to defend it at the pay-per-view that much or the premium live event. So he didn't lose it. He actually won a match against Viper via DQ at the monthly event. But then he lost it at Slamboree. Love the name of that pay-per-view. Did he? Yeah, he lost to Cannibal. That was a pretty quick match. 2 tokens on him, throat slit. Sorry. You had your moment a month ago. So yeah, that's really it. I didn't even remember the title reign. That's how short it was and how unmemorable it was. But he stayed in the mid card to the upper tier. I know he fought for the Galaxian title a few times. He had his opportunities and just never made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 7-4 pin's tough.
Yeah.
It is.
In the cage rating of 5, and a specialty match, he's even worse.
Did he get anywhere in your Dark Ages?
No.
Lost in the shuffle again.
Lost
We
in
need
the
a
shuffle.
song.
See, for me, he actually did pretty good. He captured my Intergalaxian Championship twice, and then he captured the GWF Tag Team with the Son of Sam bootleg,
Nice.
which is the original Commander Sam card from 2074 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that title? The Intergalaxian?
Yeah.
So is that like your mid
Intercontinental
or your?
It's like the Intercontinental.
Okay. I was just making sure. Cause that's what my interplanetary is. I know people use
that's
different
what I think
names.
everybody used it. It's an inter something champion.
Yeah. Gotta start with an inter.
Yeah.
With an
internet.
I, not an E for those of you. The internet. We were so cutting edge.
Because back then, and I knew people either had Intergalaxian or Interplanetary. So many people had those two titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and I think for the main title, it's usually Galaxian or Galactic, right?
Yeah.
Right. Galaxian isn't a word. I learned that from
Spell check.
No, Uncharted Territory.
I mean, I use Galaxian. I know it's not a word too, but it always is, it's what I've always called it.
It's a word to me, damn it.
Well, it's the name of the federation, Galaxian Wrestling Federation. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be galactic. I don't know.
It could
Is
be.
it? And everybody just changed it on Tom when he didn't know it.
Because Galaxian, I think, was a video game at the time.
Next time.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Galax.
Jeff keeps freezing.
Our Galaxy.
He's still trying to get it out.
Wasn't it?
You have to close all your programs with Zoom.
No,
No,
you got
no more Excel
glitch.
spreadsheet for you.
Am I glitching?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, how would you guys like, you know, for me, he's still in the GWF, so he's in the top Fed, so he's doing quite well.
Hmm.
So it's not like he's you know, bad. And I don't I don't know if he's ever really had a GWF heavyweight championship shot. I'm not sure on if I've done that with him.
You need to give him one.
I probably will, because you know, odds are he's earned it. But what would you guys uh power creep the US Patriot?
I'm gonna go with the obvious and bring that pin down.
Yeah, I don't have any idea. I don't have the card in front of me, and I'm not trying to bring up anything at this point. I'm assuming he could probably be more powerful because I remember him being really agile.
Yeah, he's got a 0 power rating.
What was his agility? -4 or minus?
-4.
-4.
Yeah.
And he could
Let's
keep
give
you
him at
down.
least.
Yeah,
Let's at least go -1 on the power.
there you go.
I guess I'll move that the ring to an A.
What is it now?
To B.
B. He's B all around.
Yep.
Solid B. Above average.
That or I might make his ropes an A because he is fast.
Yeah. What about his death jump?
Eh. You can only improve one. Can't give
Death
him
jump,
four A's.
like whenever I'm
Let's just
thinking
improve
about
everything.
guys, I always think of the death jump rating as like that's you getting jumped on, not you
Yeah.
jumping off the rope. Your death jump rating. So
That's how I view it. And so the topic, which we forgot to discuss prior to getting on,
of course,
Oh, great.
is tournaments. Do you guys like to use them? How often do you have them?
I do a few tournaments a year. I don't do a lot. Starting to introduce new ones. I'm doing a wild card tag team tournament right now where all the teams are drawn at random. And I drew them live on the air on Twitch, so it was no shenanigans. So I'm having fun with that. Nothing kind of all the teams are kind of lame, so I kind of wish I would have worked it to make it interesting.
Make it like WCW Battle Bowl where they were all
Yeah.
predictable. Like, oh, here's Stevie Ray. I wonder who's gonna be on the other team. Oh, and Booker T.
Yep.
And it was every time. It was like, oh, either you had the tag team that matches.
Yep.
It wasn't like Rick Steiner's at this one and then Scott Steiner's in that one. No, same match.
Hmm.
But I like some of the team names you come up with, like the new kids on the block,
Yeah.
the blue kids on the block, as you call them.
Yep. That was fun. We did that during chat too. My favorite one was Toxic Relationship, which was Lance Romance and Nuclear Chaos.
Yeah.
I can't wait until your kids are older and you have new kids of the Brock.
There we go.
Oh,
We'll have 3 of them.
For tournaments, I hold a yearly one called the Ring Warrior Tournament. It's kind of I think I've discussed this before, but it's my version of King of the Ring, but it's invite only. The top 8 wrestlers at that time get invited to it, and it's off television. The fans don't know the results until it's announced at a card who's going to face the champion the next month.
Nice.
So I kind of don't ever post those results until after it's been announced, and then I'll go back and say, here's the Ring Warrior results, never televised kind of thing in my Fed. Matador has won it 3 times. I think he's the most. Omega won it 3 years in a row back in my early classics, 2080 to 2082. Matador won it in 2093, 94, and 97. But yeah, so it's a heavily, competed, and it gives you a lot of credit there. It's only the best of the best that you usually come out of that, because top 8 are the only ones invited. Other than that,
Nice.
I don't really do tournaments. I know over the years I've done a few for vacant titles, but I try to stay away from that. I'll usually do a specialty match or even a one-on-one for people that are supposed to be in that realm of that title. I don't like doing tournaments too often.
I like to use a
I
gauntlet
feel like it would
match
take away from my yearly one, if that
in
makes
the, in
sense.
the place of tournaments.
They're not bad. I mean, Elimination Chamber is very similar. You got 2
Mm-hmm.
that start, and it can get until all 6 are in the ring, but people can get
Yeah.
pinned along the way.
Right.
So yeah, tournaments, 1 a year guaranteed.
I've been a big fan of tournaments. I loved using them. It's probably because growing up, I wrestled in so many tournaments myself. That's what every amateur meet is. It's a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I go through it. I win 4 times. The largest amateur tournament I was in was 32 wrestlers. I was in a couple of those. I won them. So it takes a lot because you get less and less time to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when I started wrestling, I was just a big fan of tournaments, and I use them a lot. I have the big one that I run, which is the Grand Championship, and it's set out over 2 weeks, 1 week for singles, 1 week for tag. And it's 128 wrestlers or a 64 tag. And it's incredibly tough to win. But
Yeah.
I also did one, and it was a tournament where it was the best 2 out of 3 matches. So it took 2 years to finish in game time. But there was no real upset. Yeah, you get an upset where you still got 2 more chances to
Yeah.
do it. But I only did it for tag, and it was won by Massive and Pulsar Prime.
Nice.
That was and for me it was an unstoppable tag team. I think they finished off their record like 27-2.
Cool.
But yeah, I love using tournaments. I think I know Todd's the tournament master.
He is.
I've always had a big even my Canada Cup is a tournament.
It's true.
I was the tournament overmaster for a few years at Galacticon.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out. I did do a tag version of my Ring Warrior tournament called the Guardian Cup at one point, but it only lasted for about I think it was 6 years, and I got tired of doing it. I thought tag tournaments took too long.
They do. They do take a
Yeah,
long time.
Kind of annoyed me.
That's
understandable.
All tournaments can take a long time. So sometimes, like in my Grand Championship, I'm like, sometimes I just can I have a match end quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you'll get like 5 matches in a row where it's like, everybody's wrestling 8 to 10 minutes each time. And you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Especially in the earlier years when there was no add ones and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. They seem to take a while in tournament format.
Mm-hmm.
I do like some people run like the Impossible tournament and stuff in their feds. I like reading people's that and going into a tournament.
Yeah.
What's the Impossible tournament?
Oh, I've read it in some people's feds. I know Rob runs it. I think it's basically like a round robin. And I think it's like a round robin, and then they go into a tournament format based on a round robin, like a pool play, kind of like the World Cup style.
Oh, okay.
if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've read it.
That'll take a long time. Depending on how many people are in it.
The pools are only 4 per pool usually, I think. So it's just 3
Okay.
matches per person, and then it's, the tournament's probably, I think, 16 people move on or something.
Okay.
Maybe 8 people move on. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but I always found that interesting.
That's doable. Doing
Yeah.
that little small number.
Well, if you're doing it on your regular cards and just saying this is a pool play
Right.
match,
Right.
Well, that's what
you'd be playing anyway.
that's what I turned my war games into. Was a big tournament. So that's the one thing I think. If I have a chance, I'm turning it into a tournament. I even have a tournament that's a title. So it's called the tournament title. So everybody has to wrestle through a small mini tournament. There's 4 guys, and the winner faces the champion.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gets to fight somebody who's already been fought through a tournament.
Nice.
So I just try to mix things up a little.
It's cool.
We should probably wrap this up.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. If you have not yet, please click that subscribe button below. Also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And while you're here, scroll on down to the description where you'll find some of our friends who make Filsinger Games related content. Here on YouTube, you have Solo Promoter, Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling, and After Further Review. Podcast form, you can listen to Roll Up, which is the official Filsinger Games podcast. The Filsinger Games Fancast from Grant, Uncharted Territory by the Legends team, and Lee Longpreet's Dizzy Dice. Over on Twitch, you'll find myself. You'll find Tiger Strike Painting from Matthew Butcher. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you would like to add anything to our links, please let us know, and we'd be happy to include it below. I did those in a different order to try and mix it up today.
Oh, that's fine.
So hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I greatly apologize. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Night.
Later.
Good night.